Fallout 76. I don't know, I mean about Fallout 76, the fact that it's 4 times bigger map than Fallout kind of scares me. Because Fallout was a pretty big map. The idea of being able to play with your friends is kind of interesting though. What's that weird noise? Is that a train or something? Whoa, dude! You've been playing on Morrowind last week. The setting makes you happy as a sense of place that few games have. I don't remember that too well, to be honest. I don't think it was a retarder because we never got to 90. Just Cause 4 is your next game. Has anybody tried the Crew 2? Was it Crew 2? That's on an open beta right now. Has anybody tried it? I tell you what, they've been advertising that one. That's been all over YouTube, all over Twitch. Really pushing that. Beatnik 11 months. Good evening, Paul. Having nearly 1 year hype. Thank you, Beatnik. What's Crew 2? It's follow up to the Crew. I think the open beta ran from Thursday to today, something like that. It crashed for you every 10 minutes, rip.
Oh, yeah.
You played the Crew but gave up playing. Afternoon, Mad South African. Family of 5, can we do a vote on Xbox One, PS4 and PC? Who will win? What, on a channel like mine? Or I play on PC 99% of the time. What are you expecting to happen, though? Well, I think the point is, White, then that if you can't afford a full-blown PC, you can get an Xbox One, I think. Meanwhile, the developers can target console and PC at the same time. Sounds great, except they normally dumb it down for PC. Have a good one, Mrs. Frosty. You watched the stream of Detroit Become Human and thought that it was one of the best games in a long time. Isn't, what's it called? Oh, Life is Strange 2 coming out this summer. September, I think. PC can do PC games and Xbox games. The extra's worth the price. How much is an Xbox One, Whiteland? Is it about $400 maybe? And how much is a gaming PC? Isn't it something like 3 times, 4 times that? That's the problem, I think. Good night, Gemma. Jurassic World Evolution. You can't blame me if you enjoyed it. This is like even just a reasonable graphics card now costs about the same as the entire console of Xbox One. That's the thing. And if you've got like some 14, 15-year-old saying to their parents, "Can I have an Xbox One for Christmas?" That's a much more viable proposition than that person saying, "Can I have a gaming PC for Christmas?" You don't need a super PC to play games. Use your onboard graphics in your i5 to play 720, 60 FPS GTA 5. Lol. Most people won't though. They'll get one with a dedicated graphics card. Can you have a new gaming PC for Christmas? Yes, you can, Dre. Just send me the money, I'll buy one for you. Family of 5, Modern Warfare 3 has become backwards compatible on Xbox One, meaning you can play Xbox 360 games on your Xbox One. Okay.
Welcome back,
Abo, do you play ETS2 in VR? No. I don't really need to. If I wanted, I could do triple screen if I wanted to. But for videos, there's no point because I have to record for a single screen. If I play VR, then again, there's not much point because I can't stream that easily, or I can stream it, but then it's harder to read chat, and I know you can get chat add-ons and stuff, but it's just too much hassle for me. So there's no point, I don't bother. It released Train Sim on Xbox, wonder why ETS or ATS would not get console release. Do you not know the answer, Philo? It's because Train Sim World is based on the Unreal Engine, which runs on console, and Eurotruck and ATS is based on their own graphics engine, which they originally made for a Deer Hunter game, and that is not, they have not ported that engine to console. So quite simply, that is why. They would either have to write their engine to go onto console, or move the game onto a different engine to make it happen, or rewrite it for console on a different engine, which then has all kinds of headaches. Well, I'm pretty certain that SCS know if they put it on console, they'll make an absolute bucket load of money. Like, insane amounts of money. But it's still a lot of work, and it creates problems going forward. I think so, Molasses. I'm not getting anything through on this end. Console controllers don't have enough buttons. Well, there is that. Also, you can't really have... Well, you can have mod support, but I don't know how it would work, given the Euro Truck mods. What am I hoping for Farm Sim 19? I'm not hoping for anything, DK. Honestly, I'm not hoping for anything because I'll be disappointed. I know what they'll have done. People are getting all hyped about Farm Sim 19 and they still have not shown you gameplay. You know, the alarm bells are going off in my head on this one now. There's no teasers here, there's just CGI. Oh, John Deere's in this one. And horses, guys! Horses! And John Deere and horses! Okay, what about some netcode? What? What about deformable terrain? What? We can't hear you. Horses! Seriously? It's going to be the same game with a little bit more spit and polish on top. Look guys, what we did in 2 years, we took Farm Sim 17 and it made it better! Brilliant. What about the mod support? Is it still going to be as bad as it was in 17? So that like map authors just walking away from it in tears going, we can't use these tools. But John Deere, horses. So no, I'm not hoping for very much, to be quite honest with you. I shall see what happens when it releases and look at it and see what it looks like. Don't you think about it, Pally. Okay. More spit than polish, maybe. No, that Tesco's already bought them, SG. Oh, and cotton. Don't forget the cotton. We've added a new crop. Are you out of your mind? John Deere, horses and cotton. That smells like 2 years worth of work to me. They should definitely release that as a brand new game and charge full price for it again. And don't forget the DLC that they could have put in the original game but thought they'd hold it back and charge you more for that. I guess Thunderfluff, you could say it's negative. I would say to you that I won't be that far from the truth on this one. I think we're going in this way, aren't we? I guess we'll wait and see who's right on the day. Captain Flint, I've just realised I haven't compensated for my ad block for quite a while. So I'm redeeming myself now. Just the thought that I kept depriving you of all the millions of dollars you get from ads, Kappa. Well, Captain Flint, thank you for thinking about that. And thank you for the delivery. Appreciated. Horse DLC pre-order. You never know. I'm not actually concentrating on driving right now. EA FIFA. Well, yeah. I mean, they're doing it every year. I totally agree. All it's got is like the new players and stuff, and the new teams and some new moves. I mean, rinse repeat, right? FIFA has new styles and SBCs and game modes. I don't know what an SBC is. They add one game mode on average per game. I don't get what's all... What do you mean game modes? How many different ways can you play football? Squad building challenge. You have to make a team that suits the requirements. Right, okay. FIFA does stuff though. The game does look the same. It's a green patch of land and a round ball. Nothing to change. Adding players every year, like a lot of them. Yeah, I mean, every year you get a lot of movements of players and changes of logos and, you know, at tops and stuff. And the production quality on it is pretty high, you know? Ultimately, it's just football underneath. Sir Citizen Unknown, we don't discuss politics in chat, so we're not having that discussion. Yep, I got a new level. Right, job market. Ooh, 68 tons? Do you think this truck can haul 68 tons? Crikey. Do it for science. How did I know you'd say that? There's a military boat as well. You mean, Leonard, like you can in some of the farm sim trailers? What's your favourite, G27 or G29? G27. For the kind of driving I do, G27 works better because of the shifter and the button mappings. $68 tons, this will be interesting. Have you played any indie games designed for retro systems such as Amiga and Amstrad? I played them when they were out, so I don't really have that much desire to go back to them, Sonic. I think the people who like retro games tend to be the ones that didn't play them because they weren't around when they were out, if you see what I mean. But I basically played them. No Halo, no PO Box, mate. I don't know, James. I'm going to fly first before I race again. Hey, Cricketer. You play ETS and ATS on Xbox One Elite controller connected to my PC. They're too expensive in Canada. Are they really, Cascade? Sci-Tech Yoke, Jack Sims. Get out. Get out. Off you go. Come back when you've got a real yoke and a real stick and some real pedals. Beatnik, I'll probably cover it in a video. Have a quick chat about that, just to raise awareness. What was your first ever ETS2 truck you bought on a profile V8? I believe it was a Scania, a white one. How come we don't use yoke for commercial flight sims? Mostly space and button mapping, floaty. But I've been thinking about it. I've been trying to think about what I want my setup to look like when I fly. Because I got my Yoko. I've got some flight panel things that I've never got to work properly. And I've got a TQ6 quadrant that I've not used yet. I'm thinking about how I'll put it together and use it. But the button mapping is always the stumbling block. You love a Yoko NGL. Jack Sims, the Virtual Fly were at the Flight Sim Expo, and they've got their new yoke, their new controllers. The new controllers don't have a belt system in them or anything like that. They're all based on eddy currents, like magnetic force. They are so darn smooth. Like the Yoko yoke now is just beautiful. It's amazing. OTAS is better suited for flight combat. No, Floaty, it's not. It's a cracking controller, and it's heavy and it doesn't move. And it has decent button mappings, but it's not perfect. EasyJet inside the cockpit. ITV4 on Friday. I shall check it out, True Serum, if I remember. Right, let's take this and see how this goes. How far away is it? Okay, I'm teleporting. It ends in 3 hours. I'm not risking it. Jehovah Giants says they get crushed by competition really hard, so they realise they had to need to change. Jersek, they need a huge wake-up call. They've had it too easy for too long. Boeing, watch my teleportation guide. Can we link Boeing with the teleportation video, please, mods? Arcade Forest, 14 months. Clumsy Call, 7 months. Not ahead of the honeycomb yoke now. Flight 1 makes some stuff, which is somewhere in between a virtual fly and a SciTech. It's somewhere in that category, in the middle somewhere. It's not the quality of one or the terribleness of the other. Will we make it out of here? That's the question. I don't like the look of the exit, to be fair. Got a PvP. Welcome to the Night House. Thank you for your support. I don't think we're going to make it through the gate. This thing is way too long. Okay, well, we just got pulled back. Are you sure we've got this, Heyman? I've already tried diff lock, Jackson. The problem isn't really diff lock. The problem is the wheels are not actually on the ground. Do it in a Volvo. It's a Volvo, of course it'll do it. No problem. Yeah, for science, Squirrel. No problem. Yeah, easy haul that. Easily haul that. Let's try going this way. Activate the thrusters.
Welcome back.
That'll do. Professor Charles Xavier Squirrel. Getting to watch live for once. I'm currently writing a paper to be presented to my boss at the national conference. Thanks for keeping me company, and keep up the great work. I appreciate you, Paul, and the fellow nutters. Thank you, dude. I hope it goes well. Water Beacon, welcome back. You got to admit though, that trailer in that quarry doesn't work too well. Like, how did they even get it in there? I don't know. I don't know if an 8x4 would work, SG. I think it would get stuck on that terrain, just as this one did. It was Hendo. Oh, the engine does sound very nice. I don't, cricketer. I've said this before, I wish one of the features would be that when you look at a trailer, it would tell you which pack it got it from. This could be interesting. Oh boy, come on, come on, come on. We got this. I don't know, there's something about this truck that gears so well. The way the power's delivered works really, really nicely. I didn't realise we still had diff lock on, to be honest. I thought I turned it off. Is there a photo there? There might be a photo there. Who do you think will win the World Cup?
Nutter.
Mexico. Sorry, Mexico. Yeah, right, Jack Sims. England have one good game and it'd be like, yeah, they're going to win. Right. I think this year it may be a team that wouldn't normally win it. I think it'll be... It won't be any of the big five or the big six. It'll be some of the... It'll be somebody unusual this year, I think. Well, Belgium can't win, Jack Sims, because you just said England are going to win, and England play Belgium on Thursday, so how's that going to work? They can't both go through. There's a Dutch guy working in Belgium and never hit the end of it. That's very true. Did you see like one game? I felt sorry for the players. You could visibly see like hundreds of little midges flying all around them. Like, you playing in a swamp or what? What's going on? Imagine playing in that environment. You're running around, you're getting flies in your mouth all the time. That's not cool, man. Is finally donating for the first time after being sub for 3 years. Love the streams as always. Thank you, sir. You figured it out. Thank you, Molasses. Look how long it took us to get our speed up to 80. Look at this. And it's not even on a hill. Yeah, I have heard of the OnePlus. I bought the original OnePlus One. Oh, this isn't right. This isn't the right way. Stupid, confusing... Ah, dear. Okay, well, that's not good, is it? What's my opinion on them? I didn't like the OnePlus One. The phone was fine, but the support was absolutely terrible. We had a problem with Mrs. Squirrel's OnePlus One, and the support was the worst support I've ever received. A number of generations later, maybe the support department's a lot better, but I was severely put off by that experience. Yeah, they gave me invites, James. I gave invite codes away and stuff. The problem is they were a fairly new company back then, so they didn't really have a proper support team. Yeah, maybe by version 3 they might have got the support structure right. But they would just ignore emails and all kinds of things. It was terrible. Fuzzball. Keep up the great streaming, go chap. Thank you very much, Mr. Fuzzball. I think the trailer just clipped a sign that was in the middle of the road and damaged the trailer. Nice. Did you see that? There was a tiny sign and it was like over the white line, and I clipped it reading that. OnePlus 6 has already sold 1 million units in less than 2 months. You wish you could teleport to IRL, who doesn't? Go to squirrel.tv, molasses. Go to your account settings. This has been an eventful trip. Somewhere an old Nokia is still on 100% power. I think I told you yesterday I met my old boss at the wedding went to on Friday, and he's got one of the new Nokia 3310s. It was amazing to see that phone. Just going, wow. I remember these. Back when the phone was mostly keyboard and very little screen. The thing is, if all you need is like text messages and phone calls, you can't really beat it. Or as an emergency phone, you know, with a battery life of like a week or something, it's insane. If it's the best phone you've ever had, Heyman, why don't you get one? Nah, he doesn't work there anymore, Flight Gear. No, you'll never believe where he works now. No word of a lie. Where he works now. He works at Nokia. It's just like, what? But he has nothing to do with the phone side of it. He works in the kind of network media delivery section. Because Nokia, believe it or not, do a lot more than just phones. A Fortnite streamer. No, there's enough of those around. Balloon hype. No, he doesn't get free phones because he's not in the phone division. Flight Gear, yeah. My coding skills are going to be pretty rusty now. But it's like riding a bike, you know, you don't forget how to code. You don't forget how to ride a bike either. You're just rusty at it. think Lord Dole of the Shire is paying us a visit. What, is Rust map updated? See you, Trent. You hear the treat bag? Correct. The treat bag is being loaded. Right, Sir Doyle. Let's do that. Pop that back. Time to say hello to everybody. Kimmel. Come here. Oh. Up you get.
Aye, 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 aye.
Up you get. Jules says hello, Mrs. Squirrel.
Hi. How's it going?
It's alright, Doll. We don't need to say hi to Jules. She doesn't say hi to us anyway.
All about the missus.
It's all about Mrs. Squirrel.
I'm mostly.
Hey. High five.
Aye, 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 aye.
Globetroller says good evening to you all equally.
Ah, very diplomatic.
Hello, Globetroller.
In politics.
Look at how many people are saying hi, Doily. Hey.
Approaching smack calls like a dentist.
Aye, 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 aye.
Chris 94. Hello, Mrs. Squirrel and Doyle. And you too, Paul Lol. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, what's with the silent chewing? What's going on here?
He's had a hard day, he's not had his nap. I think he's tired.
Hang on, I think his saliva's running out now. We're starting to get a bit of schmacking going on.
A little bit tired.
Doll's ears are always alert. They really are. Eh?
His Gizmo heritage.
His Gizmo heritage. Whatever that is.
Gizmo, the thing that turns into, you put water on it and it turns into the monster.
I don't know. I don't know what Gizmo is.
Why?
I don't know why he's chewing quietly, Red Devil. How's the bedroom clearing out coming along, Mrs. Squirrel?
Oh, it's not going well. I've got one last section to do. And then, now you know this went badly last time. I have to find a screwdriver and use it. But every time I use a screwdriver, I get accused of losing it. I'm not too sure if I can do that.
You mean the Gremlins, says
That's
Globetroller.
it. That's it. What was the little cute one called? Was it?
I didn't really watch Gremlins.
Did you not? Well, they had a little cute one, and then when you fed them and put water on them.
Gizmo.
Gizmo, yeah. I think.
Right, okay. So the youngest one was called Gizmo in the Gremlins.
Yeah, I think so.
And you put water on it.
And then they turned into these like little sticky monster things with big ears. And I think the style was like a Magwai or something they were called.
Okay.
Magwai.
Over my head.
Boo.
Did you know that Gizmo voice was acted by Howie Mandel? Who's that?
Did not know that. I must admit, I'm not very good with actors' names. I'm okay with characters, but not the names. Really bad.
You take a long piece of string to lend the screwdriver to Mrs. Squirrel so it can be retracted once you've finished with it. It's a good idea, Sammy.
Or Mr. Squirrel can just do it himself. That's a fabulous idea.
Yeah.
And then you'll get your screwdriver back safe and sound.
No, I've got a cunning plan.
You're not going to do anything at all.
I'm going to give you the whole pack of screwdrivers. It comes in its
Do we
own
wanna
case.
go there?
No, it comes in
Do
its
we
own
really?
case, and I expect you to hand me the whole. You see, the advantage is quite simple. You can't take one screwdriver and lose it, right? Because you have to give me the whole pack back.
Yeah, but
And when you give me the whole pack back, if there's one missing,
yeah,
then we know that it's you.
But let's just rethink about this. Even I know that's a bad idea because I lost the roll of bin bags before and had to go out and buy a new bag.
Go on. Go on.
Like, I'm
Don't
done
it?
with Smacko.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Full man.
Bye-bye. Have a good week.
Walk and everybody's
Have a good
busy. That's what it is. The depression setting in. He's not been for his walk. No one's been taking him out.
Right. Down you go. Schmacko time is over.
Welcome back, Nutter.
And then, should I label the shelf so that it goes back in
Oh, you're
same
taking the
place?
shelves off?
I was to take the
No, I
shelves
said it was
off.
an idea. I don't know. Let's wait until he turns up and see what he wants to do. I don't want to take them all off and then have the hassle of him going, no, you should have just left them on. Or I'll take them off, he says.
Nutter.
We'll see. He's going to be rubbing down stuff for the first few hours anyway.
Well, I'm not going in there unscrewed. I would cross-thread it. Does it get lost?
We'll see.
Then bad. Oh, I filtered some water.
Welcome
Someone
back.
stole it.
Nutter.
You hear that sound, guys? That's the sound of an empty teacup, that is.
Can you hear this sound? That's the sound of Squirrel giving me his wallet.
What? No, that's more like, ah! No, I'm blatantly dropping hints. Blake, Dennis, Traffic Rat, welcome back, guys. Adaldril, you have no idea, bro. Okay, why didn't you upshift? Calicango, can't believe it's 6 months already. Thanks for the great streams. Enjoy the Silver Acorn, sir. Guitar Wes, welcome back. Cherbourg. Oh yeah, the good old Apple update. Yeah, we've got loads of fuel to get us there. We can fill up before we get another one. Have you noticed the Speedo's got a clock on the inner dial as well? UJ, welcome back, sir. I'm not used to seeing you with plain truck, Paul. You always have loads of stuff on them, Bazzy. That's not true. Look at last week's truck. That was a retro as well.